Hello, my friends. Let me ask you, does cubicle culture sap your strength? Does life in boxes wear you down? Well then, come away. It's time to follow your grandfather's footsteps, to live off the land, to start a new life in Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a farming simulator. At the start of the game, you arrive in the town of Stardew Valley and are given a plot of land that was willed to you by your grandfather. As it turns out, the land has fallen fallow in recent years, but the mayor gives you some basic supplies to get you back up on your feet. Gameplay, as you will quickly discover, is extremely straightforward. When playing with a mouse or even a controller, use the arrow buttons to move around, and when standing next to an object, click on it to interact with it. A hotbar down at the bottom of the screen displays all of the currently active items in your inventory. You can scroll through them at will, and clicking while having an item selected will attempt to use it in the environment. A hatchet, for instance, can be used to chop down trees, while a pickaxe can be used to break rocks. Using tools drains your stamina, and if you run out of stamina, you pass out. To prevent this, you should return home at the end of the day to rest and recuperate. Items that you collect can either be sold to merchants or kept in storage boxes around your farm. When you're not busy on your farm, you can visit the town proper, where you'll be able to chat with the locals and occasionally even accept jobs or quests from them. Selling items or completing jobs rewards you with money, which you will be able to use to buy seeds, building materials, or better equipment. Eventually, you'll even be able to buy improvements for your farm, such as a barn where you can raise livestock. Now, like a lot of games of its type, Stardew Valley only has one fairly broad objective, and that is to accumulate money so that you can expand your farm and your opportunities. And how you wish to achieve that objective is left entirely to the player's own personal directions. You can farm, you can ranch, you can grow chickens, you can prepare artisanal goods such as wine or mayonnaise. You can even make a comfortable living chopping down trees and harvesting roots and vegetables from the forest. And all of this combines into what are the game's two best qualities, the first of which being that there's a wealth of activities to undertake. Now, most of the game will probably be spent farming. You'll need to till the ground, plant the seeds, and make sure that everything is watered. However, once you've done that, you'll still need to wait for the crops to grow until you can harvest them. And thankfully, Stardew Valley provides plenty of things to do in between. For instance, you can go fishing, you can pick wildflowers, you can visit the town and chat with the townsfolk. You can even give them gifts, which may open up side quests for certain characters. You can take the materials that you've accumulated and use them in a crafting system to make things such as furniture or specialty food items. There's even an entire side area that's an old abandoned mine filled with monsters, where you can go to gather minerals or fight slimes and skeletons if you so desire. Now, those last words I used are what leads into Stardew Valley's second best feature, and the thing that you really do want out of a simulation game like this, and that is the freedom to do what you want when you want to do it. You have the freedom to decide how you want to grow your farm, where you want to plant your crops, what type of crops you want to plant. Do you want to build a barn and start raising cattle, or would you rather start a tree farm instead? Do you want to go into town and see how the people are doing, or would you rather spend all day fishing instead? Nothing in the game is dictated to you, and while there might be rewards for exploring the mines or giving gifts to the townsfolk, it's up to you if and when you want to take advantage of those things. And that's ultimately one of the key things that make life simulation games like this work, is providing a lot of systems and then letting the player choose which of them they want to interact with. Now, does Stardew Valley have any flaws? Not in my opinion. However, it does have some inconveniences. For example, it can be hard to navigate some of the maps early on, especially if you're looking for someone, as the NPCs have their own schedules, and if you haven't memorized where people are at certain times of the day, it can be very difficult to find them. Also, if you choose to go into the dungeon mines, you'll find that the combat can get fairly repetitive. Enemies only have basic AI and are there more or less as an obstacle rather than any real challenge. And finally, while I wouldn't say that this last part is necessarily a drawback, it is an aspect that does need mentioning. As I said before, Stardew Valley is a farming simulator with no concrete objective. And this means that the moment-to-moment gameplay is based upon your own personal ambitions. And if you're on the farm, a lot of this can mean repetitive chores. Each day on the farm, you might find yourself having to water the crops, feed the cows, check on your fruit trees, and any number of other duties on a list of chores that you create for yourself. And there's nothing to help you keep track of these tasks other than your own memory. Some people love this added layer of responsibility, and others find it tedious. I'll leave you to decide which group you fall into. Still, in my opinion, Stardew Valley is fantastic. It delivers the variety and freedom of choice, which is exactly what I want out of a farming simulator. This might not be the game for everybody, but I would give Stardew Valley 4 out of 4 stars and my earnest recommendation. Definitely pick it up if you're interested in agricultural management. Alright, thanks for listening. Have fun out there, and may your thoughts be filled with your favorite things. Morning, Robin, Demetrius, Maru. Just here to hang out with my good friend Sebastian. I'll just head down and... Okay, Sebastian, you in there, man? Just unlock the door. Sebastian, you hear me? I brought a gift for you, bro. Sebastian, you there? Sebastian?